Serial dramas really have a profound impact on the listening or viewing audience. You have an educational tool that is unique and very powerful.
Reaching people through the media, through radio and television, is it's almost a unique opportunity because the sound waves and the visual waves go everywhere. They can go everywhere.
What PCI does, which is unique, is the fact that it uses entertainment, and that is far more effective than any other means of broadcasting.
Many people are hungry for information, and they may not be able to read. But even if you cannot read, you can listen and hear and understand, and that's why the work that PCI does is so effective.
I think at the end of the day, people's lives are changed. I think information changes lives, knowledge changes lives, and there's no question that if you have information, I think particularly for women, whatever way they can increase their knowledge, it will definitely, it not only changes their lives, it changes their children's lives.
The problem is that hundreds of millions of families have no access to this knowledge, lacking essential information such as how to prevent the spread of killer diseases like HIV/AIDS. But television and radio do reach into even the poorest communities, where invariably the most popular programs are the soap operas or serial dramas. PCI works with broadcasters around the world to get these dramas to include life-saving information, producing successful television and radio programs such as the Kenyan radio series Ushikwapo Shikamana. This series, like all PCI programs, is built around entertaining stories of everyday life, using colorful characters that the audience can identify with.
So the program, it does everything. It's marvelous. We do listen every week. Well, and if you look backwards, you find that the same thing they are talking there, you have it in your community. So it really educates and gives the example. When you settle down to think, are they talking the truth? You find, of course, they are talking the truth because you've got a kid like that, you've got a neighbor who did so.
One of the main reasons for PCI's success is its understanding of the needs of each area that it works in, with the production teams carrying out detailed research and having direct contact with the people and communities concerned.
And I think that the way that Population Communications International comes in from the ground, first of all, always makes sure that the people who are writing the scripts are from the places where they're going to be shown, that the process that's used for determining what the script is, what the characters are like, is an inclusive one that goes out and seeks to find out exactly what the listeners want to hear about, care about, what their values are.
One character called Mwalimu Tatu, they really like this character because she helps them to know their rights. They have become more aware of their rights as women. They know that if they are beaten up at home, domestic violence, they can now stand up and say no.
Kenyan capital, Nairobi, PCI's Africa representative, Dr. Kimani Njogu, arrives at the office of the production team to work on the latest program. It's in sessions like this that the real-life research that they've gathered is very carefully mixed into the imaginary world of the soap opera.
Make that crucial decision on whether she should get pregnant or not. Then we also have Mabuche and his drugs problems, and we want to be able to deal with that problem of drugs, okay? We have HIV/AIDS, we have a couple of people that are dying and so forth.
This then is how the stories begin and how they're developed. The production team bringing a diverse and impressive range of talents and experiences. Jumo Mrisho, for example, is not only an actor and writer, but a community development worker.
It's hard to believe that people are living here. But it's like that. They must stay, they must live, they must do, they must work, they must find the daily bread and whatever. And here is my area. I'm staying here also. And I'm not feeling ashamed that I'm staying from, a very bad area, but it's my area. And I must do as hard as possible to take the people out of this mass, or to let them know what they can do so as they can live the better life than as you see.
Identified. We empower our partners within that country to tap the stories that are within themselves. We tap their wisdom, we tap their understanding of their culture. We make it possible for them to go on the air by helping them with some fundraising, by helping them with some seed money, by helping them to understand the organized method of putting a program on the air that we've used successfully in other countries.
PCI is working throughout the developing world and is active in around 20 countries. Its programs are reaching millions each day, dealing with issues such as the spread of HIV/AIDS, unintended pregnancy, domestic violence, drug abuse, and environmental concerns. Working with broadcasters, they frequently run training workshops and seminars that have influenced the creation of a new generation of serial dramas. The methods used by PCI are influenced by the social learning theory developed at Stanford University by Professor Albert Bandura. This encourages the establishment of characters that represent negative, transitional, and positive values.
There's always the suspicion that somebody coming in from a so-called developed country into a developing country might have some sort of patronizing attitude, or also that we don't understand their issues or their problems. And I think you have to sort of overcome that. You have to be humble. You have to really show them that you believe, that you really believe that they have something that is to be cherished, that their culture is valuable, that their health is paramount, and that that's all we have in mind. We don't have in mind any kind of imposition of our ideas or our standards.
In China, a dramatic story is gripping the imaginations of millions of television viewers. The television series Beijing focuses on the life of a young girl, Li Ye. It starts with the drama of her being separated from her true love and being forced into an arranged marriage. The series, broadcast on China's national network, highlights the consequences of aggressive behavior and has gone on to show Li Ye and her daughter escaping her restrictive world and asserting her rights. The series is achieving record audiences by using a creative and highly spectacular style. Set against the dramatic events, the underlying message has been to promote the rights of women and the value of girl children. Miao Pu, who plays the central character Li Ye, successfully challenges some of the stereotypes of women and has become a role model for many female viewers.
I feel the character Liu Ye represented Chinese women. She showed us an invincible spirit. I was very touched by these stories. She showed us Chinese women's bravery.
Following the success of the initial programs, a new series is developing the story further. Li Ye has escaped from the misery of her former life and has now moved to the city with her daughter. The story continues with pressure on her to have another child in the hope that it'll be a son. However, she's resolute in maintaining her independence and is happy with her daughter, an important message to reinforce in